Go ahead and ask them. Do they mind answering yes or no answers?
I think they're okay with it.
How did you know? Did they smile at you or nod their head?
Yeah, nodding.
And ask them, can they please clearly communicate? Do they mind clearly communicating with you?
They don't mind.
Okay. All right. Here's my first question. Is Hank dragonborn? Yes or no?
Yeah.
As is Hank living in multiple parallel lives in this linear expression of himself?
Yeah.
And how many, well, this is a numbers question, but how many parallel lives is he living on in this linear expression on Earth?
I believe I see 57,000. I'm not sure if that's correct.
57000?
Yeah.
57,000?
Yeah.
And and those are all expressions of myself?
Yeah.
And on how many different continents am I on? How many countries am I in?
I believe it's every single one.
So there's an expression of myself on every
I
continent
believe so.
and every country?
Yeah.
And so had I decided to divide myself up and live as many lives as I possibly could in one time, is that common?
That's not common.
But I was able to do so. And how is it possible that I'm able to do so?
No idea.
Okay, very good. I wanted you to ask them.
Oh.
I always want you to ask them. I don't want you to try and have a knowing. That'll come later.
They just need you to spread the word and to I just thought it'd be best to do that.
Okay, so do I know any of the expressions of myself in my life, or do I know any of them?
Can you explain what you mean?
Like, say for instance, my friend Sophia, is she an aspect of me, or you know what I mean? Do I know, like, are they my brothers and sisters, or any of my students, or do you know what I mean?
I think.
Do I know any of the other me's? Does my higher self know any of the other me's? Or does Hank know any of his other selves?
I believe it's only one in a certain area, so they're just spread out.
Oh, okay. Very good. And are there lots of souls on the planet who have this ability to do so?
I believe there are other few.
Very good. And you said that I was dragonborn. So are there dragons around me at any time in different dimensions?
There's been. It said, yeah. That you've been kind of encountered with that.
When I drove back and forth between Akron, Ohio, and Houston, Texas in the summers, did the dragons used to fly next to the car next to me? Fly next to the car? Fly?
There were, in a way, somewhere dragons in your presence.
Are they around me now?
And they are.
Are they? Do they exist on on another dimension?
Yeah.
And so, are they here on this property where I am now?
Yeah.
And what is my connection with those dragons?
They are. They're the ones that give you the kind of like the power, the ability to do what you do.
And that would be, you say they give me the power to do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And what power would that be?
Just kind
I'll ask point blank. To heal?
it's healing, it's helping others, it's working with others,
Very good.
many other things.
And where are the dragons from? Where are we from? Besides source.
They are from as in what exactly?
Well, here's my question. Are they draconian in nature? Do I have a draconian background?
I'm not getting an answer.
Very good. Very good. We'll just keep going. I had a neighbor at the YMCA when I first moved to Houston. He said he saw dragons flying around his room. Were those my dragons or the dragons that are with me?
I believe those were separate. Some other dragons.
Okay. Did they scare him to death? Because he died the next day after he told me about those dragons. And I found him and he looked like he had a terrified look on his face.
Are you asking if they were yours?
Well, I was just asking if those the dragons that he said he saw the previous day, if they had anything to do with his death.
They did scare him. But
could he see them because he was close to death?
I think they had a reason to be there.
Okay, very good. I was just curious. Okay. I had some questions about extraterrestrials. Is that okay that Manuel be able to answer these questions as well?
They'll try to give me information on
Very good. I used to have dreams, or I'm going to call them dreams, where extraterrestrials that look like praying mantis would come and they would get really close in my face. And had I had interactions with the praying mantis race of extraterrestrials before?
Yes.
And who were they? And what was our contract? Or what was our business together?
They were coming to see if you completed your mission.
And did they send me on my mission?
They did.
And am I a part of their race? Or associated with them? How am I associated with them?
You are to help them with
I'm helping them with some type of mission?
yes.
What would that mission be?
To discover the truth.
And the truth would be the truth of...
The plan.
So they sent me on a mission to discover the truth of the planet, or to help others discover the truth of the planet?
You and others.
For me and for others.
Yeah.
And how was I connected to the praying mantis?
They found you.
And where did they find me, please? Or they found me here on the planet?
They found you with your higher self.
Ah, very good. They found me with my higher self. And so I volunteered before I physically manifested, or after the fact?
As in,
You say they found me with my higher self, so my higher self led them to me?
yes, they were looking for somebody capable of doing a job, and your higher self led them to you.
Ah, very good. And have I been doing their job or doing my job properly ever since?
Yes.
And so was this agreement made after I was already physically manifest? After I was already born?
You were given the mission before?
Before I came to the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was told that I came from a planet that was really far away with a bunch of pyramids on it. Is that where, and I was told that I was bilocating from that place. Is this true? Or is there a connection?
The mantis were from there, and you were connected to the mantis in that way.
So do I have mantis DNA? Are they my ancestors, or am I related to them genetically? very good. And is it true that the praying mantis race is the oldest extraterrestrial race in this galaxy?
He's the leader.
They're the leader?
Yes, that one's the leader.
The one who had been visiting me?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So that means Isabel, you brought them to me? She brought them to me?
Yes.
Oh, very good. And so I was also told that I was on a council and that lots and lots of souls or entities voted me into this council. Is this true?
You were chosen.
I was chosen. And which council would that be, please?
From the same planet. Yeah.
The same planet with the pyramids?
Mm-hmm.
And am I bilocating from that planet?
You were sent from there.
I was sent from that planet. And on that planet, are they praying mantis? Or the praying mantis race? Or are there just some praying mantis there?
I believe they're leaders, but there's others.
Okay. And so, what is my responsibility on this council?
Given a mission to.
So, the council gave me the mission, or I'm sending others on missions?
You were sent with that mission.
I was sent with the mission of
Uncovering the truth.
uncovering the truth and then sharing it with the masses.
Yes.
And that's what I'm doing now, correct, with this quantum healing hypnosis therapy?
Yes.
And so what is my connection to the Pleiades, the Pleiades first? The Pleiadians. Do I have a connection with the Pleiadians?
Another planet. Another group.
It's another group. Pleiadians. Pleiadians. And so do I have a connection with the Pleiadians? Genetically?
I don't believe so.
And what about the Arcturians?
I don't believe so.
Okay. And so I was told before that I was a hybrid. Is this true that I'm a hybrid?
You were created for that a purpose, and I believe so.
I was created for the purpose of
Your mission.
of my mission. So, I mean, I was literally created to come to. I was told in the session that I helped design the Earth, the topography of the Earth. Is that true?
Yes.
And so, when I was designing the Earth, was I coming from the planet with the pyramids that had also the praying mantis race on it as well?
Say that again.
So when I was creating the planet, or helping create the planet, Was I created to create the planet and then come and help them know the truth? I mean, you said I was created for the purpose of coming to the planet and exposing them to the truth or finding the truth. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then the person before said that I helped create the topography of the planet, and you said that was correct.
Yes.
And so, was I created to help create the planet first and then come and help the planet?
Yes.
I was told that I was Aeon, and I just really found out what the Aeon was. I was spelling it incorrectly, and Aeon meant the original light, the original creators. Am I a part of the Aeon group? Is that true?
Yeah.
So that would mean Isabel is an Aeon, correct?
Yes.
And the Aeons, are they the opposite of the Archons?
Yeah.
I mean, I know they know that. Did Isabel answer that? She said yes? Who answered that question? Both of them? Or is
They both do.
okay. And I've already asked this question before, but could they actually be more elaborate on what an aeon is, please? In simple terms, so you could tell me?
Creator.
Creator? That's what aeon is?
Yeah.
And what have we created?
Life. Life.
We've created life,
Yeah.
the humanoid form.
Yeah.
I was told that this was my third time to the planet. Is this true?
You have been several times.
And when I came, the last time that I was on the planet before this life here, this is a very important question for me. Could you please tell me, they said I had a rough life. What made my life previous to this one, and not the one where I died or the one where I changed my mind and came back, but the life previous to this one, where actually they said it was rough. What life was that? What was the time frame of that life? The linear time frame. And what was so rough about it? Please. Could you tell me what my last life before this life was on the planet, please? Was I male or female? Anything at all?
I can't.
Even if they can show you in images without speaking to you. What are they showing you?
I believe it was a woman.
showing you me as a female?
Yes. But, and this was on the planet.
On the planet Earth?
I believe depression.
It was a depression? I thought was I Jewish?
You were white complected, and I can't picture.
You said I was a light complected female. Do I look skinny or something?
Not at the moment.
Okay,
I
very
don't
good.
see.
If they could just give you a year of the last life that I had before this one.
I believe it was. Can't clearly see the year.
Are they showing you numbers or? That's okay. It's okay if they don't answer. I try and get that answer every time, but it's really, really hard. But you said I was a female and I was very light complected, huh?
Yes.
Okay. And that council that you said that I was elected to,
Yeah.
who elected me to the council? Who actually elected me to the council?
The mantis.
Ah, the mantis. So I am a part of the mantis race?
I believe part of the group.
Oh, just part of the group. So are there different types of races in the group?
Yes.
And I was just, but can they tell me, earlier today, Rudy was here, and they said Rudy was on the planet with the pyramids, and it said that he was my offspring, and was he, were we mantis? Were we both mantis? Were we mantis, or were we something else? What race of, if there is a race to put to me? Ask Isabel, she knows. And she knows what I'm trying to get to. I don't know which one answer. Okay. So I'm Aeon. I'm part of the Manus group. I'm sent here to the planet. Is this all correct so far?
So far, yes.
Okay. And I was, you said there's 57,000 expressions of myself on this planet. Why so many?
It's hard to get to the group.
So are
They
all,
more support.
oh, I'm sorry, say it again.
They have more support.
Okay, so 57,000 of me are on this planet, and are they all giving the message?
Yes.
Do we know any of them that are in the public's eye do I know any of them that are in the public eye that I don't know of, but I would know if I heard the name?
Possible.
Okay. Would they mind sharing any of them just in case? Isabel knows who I know, and she knows what I know, doesn't she? Can you ask her? Does she know what I know and more?
She knows.
So is there anyone that she knows that I know that I would know if she said the name of them? Please? I promise not to try and connect with them. I just want to know.
She feels you will see them soon.
Okay. And so, how could I be Aeon, um, being part of the dragon community, or have an affiliation with the dragons, and Prey Mantis? How is it possible for me to be connected with all these groups? That seems so, I guess, diverse and different.
They all want to send a message, and they all try to connect with you.
At one point, will I start channeling messages?
You are.
Am I already channeling messages in my poems?
You
Is it possible for me to channel, say, you go ahead and ask them. Do they mind answering yes or no answers?
are. I think they're okay with it.
How did you know? Did they smile at you or nod their head?
Yeah, nodding.
And ask them, can they please clearly communicate? Do they mind clearly communicating with you?
They don't mind.
Okay. All right. Here's my first question. Is Hank dragonborn? Yes or no? Able to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And how is it possible that I'm able to do so?
I have no idea.
Okay, very good. I wanted you to ask them.
Oh.
I always want you to ask them. I don't want you to try and have a knowing. That'll come later.
They just need you to spread the word and to, they just thought it'd be best to do that.
Okay, so do I know any of the expressions of myself in my life, or do I know any of them?
Can you explain what you mean?
Like, say for instance, my friend Sophia, is she an aspect of me, or you know what I mean? Do I know, like, are they my brothers and sisters, or any of my students, or do you know what I mean?
I think,
Do I know any of the other me's? Does my higher self know any of the other me's? Or does Hank know any of his other selves?
I believe it's only one in a certain area, so they're just spread out.
Oh, okay. Very good. And are there lots of souls on the planet who have this ability to do so?
I believe there are other few.
Yeah. Is Hank living in multiple parable lives in this linear expression of himself?
Yes.
And how many, well, this is a numbers question, but how many parallel lives is he living in this linear expression on Earth?
I believe I see 57,000? I'm not sure that's correct.
57000?
Yeah,
57,000?
yeah.
And and those are all expressions of myself.
Yeah.
And on how many different continents am I on? How many countries am I in?
I believe it's every single one.
So there's an expression of myself on every
I
continent
believe so.
and every country.
Yeah.
And so had I decided to divide myself up and live as many lives as I possibly could in one time,
Mm-hmm.
is that common?
That's not common.
But I was able